So Andre via Twitter says, what is your opinion on mailing lists for a band? Cheers, Damo.
I mean, mailing lists I'm so big on. I love mailing lists. It's something that the bands used to do probably 10 years ago, and they don't do it so much.
Yeah.
And it's not the be all and end all, but it's another powerful way of just capturing data. So a mailing list used to be that what you do with a band is you go and hire 2 people, usually 2 fit girls, to go and stand by the door, and as people are coming in, off and just say, look, would you mind if we got your details for our mailing list so we can keep you in touch with the band? Sometimes they'd offer a competition, like saying, look, if you put your name down on the mailing list, there's a chance of winning a t-shirt or a bit of merch or something. But what it means is you end up capturing data. You end up capturing a bunch of people's details that you can direct market them or direct market to them. So for me, it's a really, really important thing, because what we're looking at now is when I talk about social media, what happens is people go, oh, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, LinkedIn. And I'm like, okay, so that's all fantastic, but it's very difficult to market to a lot of people on all of those platforms.
Yeah.
So every single one of them is a big job. The one thing with email marketing is you are going directly into their space. And so for nothing, because you're using something like MailChimp, and it's just a case of a bit of creativity and updating people on the news. For me, it's how you actually build your database marketing. If you talk to a lot of marketers, a lot of them will say, literally, for every 10 to 15 people that you have on your email database, that is money in the bank. For every 100 you've got, it's money in the bank. It's the same thing with this. It's another thing that people are actually giving you their email and they're saying, I want to be kept up to date, because if I don't, I'll unsubscribe. So I want to be kept up to date, and all you're doing is saying, in that case, we'll let people know. And so when you've got stuff coming up, whether it's gigs or tours or merchandise or CDs or whatever it is, it's a way that you're just saying, by the way, you want to know this, so I'm letting you know it. It's just, with the likes of Facebook, for example, you have got that the boost feature, which means that 1% of Facebook or 5% of Facebook is going to see, or your Facebook friends are going to see it until you boost it, or unless it's very, very important and it's getting a lot of engagement. You don't get that with email. Yeah. Literally everyone gets that email. It's coming through whether they like it or not. If they want to unsubscribe, they can, but you're not worrying about having to, you're not having to worry about boosting it. You're not saying, shit, we've already got 1,000 people on our Facebook and only 200 of them have seen it. So for the next 800, I've got to pay an extra 40, 50 quid to get them to see it. Not with email marketing. Yeah. It is literally free. As soon as you've got that data collected, you've got that mailing list, and you are sending out content. If people want to unsubscribe, they will. But if they don't, that is going to them. Most of them will see it. I'm not saying most of them will open it, but they will see the heading. They'll see your band name, and they'll see, e-newsletter or update, and therefore it's up to them whether they want to open it.
Yeah, and it's kind of as you sort of said before, it's sort of down to your creativity then as well, I suppose, to make it exciting and make people want to open it.
Yeah, and then when it comes to what you deliver once you're building your mailing list, I think that's interesting, because that's where you can take the best of all the stuff that you're doing, because it's news. That's what it is. It's an e-newsletter. It's news. It's stuff that's come up or coming up that you want to promote to people. So whether you're doing gigs or you've got merch, or how you want to update on an album, or the vlogs that you're doing, if you've done 10 vlogs and you just say, these 2, I really want to post these 2 vlogs. So it's taken all of the stuff that you've done, whether it's that week, fortnight or month, or whatever you want to post it as, or term or year. It's just a great way of saying, here, I wanted to update you. And it's just a really great way of being able to connect. People use MailChimp, but a lot of people I know, John Michael Morgan, for example, who's just an amazing guy when it comes to branding and marketing, with his email list, he just emails people, which is brilliant, because when it comes to overthinking, everyone's like, oh, we've got to have pictures, and we've got to have stories, and we've got to have videos and links to vlogs and all that kind of stuff. He's like, nah, man, I'm just going to email people. But when I get it, it just feels like an email from John. Yeah. So I read it and I'm like, that's really good. And I think I'll probably reply to that.
Really smart,
and then I reply to him, and he's got me, because he just goes on. So we start emailing each other. It's a very smart way of doing it, rather than this advertising push. It's just a way of just saying, no, it's really simple. I'm just going to email everybody. So I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of it. It's a very, very direct, people will say it's a bit old school, but as social media changes all the time, once you've got someone on your database, on your list, even if it's 50 people, it's an opportunity to be able to push things to those 50 people.